The Secretary of War desires me to express his regret that your son, Staff Sergeant Roy C. McGinnis, has been reported missing in action since 14 October over Germany. If further details or other information are received, you will be promptly notified.
First of all, I couldn't wait to get into the war. I thought I was doing more for the country by getting into some kind of fighting part of it instead of stringing wire. I was already a staff sergeant when I came on the B-17 crew. The way I got on this crew, they had already started ground training for air crews, and I was an add-on. I went down to the operations and found out which crews needed gunners. And as they came back off their training missions, I looked at all the different crews coming in. I picked this one crew out, and the pilot and the co-pilot looked fairly nice, and I went up and told them I was the gunner, and I said, I'm looking for a place on the crew. And my pilot said they needed a waist gunner, and I said, I'll take it. I got to England in September the 7th, 1943. We made our first mission right over the North Sea, Emden, Germany, and they call them milk runs, but they usually let the raw crews go to easy missions so they could get adjusted to flight conditions and what they expect. Being young at that time, I thought I could make the whole 25 missions is what you had to make.
Right.
And after I made the first mission, I said, no way. In fact, I wrote my mother, and I said, I don't see no way I can make 25 missions. And that put her in the hospital. I shouldn't have never done that. They got us up at 3:30 in the morning. You went to breakfast, had breakfast, then you went into the briefing room. Then the group commander and the chaplain and all the wheels came to inform you where you were going. This was the second Swanford mission, and when they took the curtain off the map and said, this is where you're going, Swanford, Germany, to bomb the ball bearing works. Everybody knew, all the ones that had been there before knew what was coming, so we never been there, but we knew it was going to be bad. I was a waist gunner. I could see inside the formation. I was always inside the formation, and I could see, I had a panoramic view of what was going on in my sight. I saw all these bombers getting shot down, people jumping out of the plane, some on fire, aircraft blowing up. And it just looked like it was in hell. It's like you see it looking into hell. We just started losing bombers, but when we got to the targets, you could see this big cloud. You had to fly through it. It was nothing else you could do. And of course, I heard my pilot, I heard him say, oh God, look at this. Well, you got training, and we had good training. And when you see all these airplanes out there, you say, I'm not going to be one of them today. But they had good fighters. The Germans had good fighters, and that's what the flak over the target was tough too. So you either got crippled by flak, that's what happened to us. We got lost the engine over the target, and the fighters jumped it then. And we almost made it back. We made it back to France, coast of France. Then I saw our engine go out. Flak got the engine. And as soon as we got out of the formation, the fighters, two fighters jumped us, and it shot out another engine, put it on fire. The pilot put the plane in the dive, trying to also put the fire out and also get down on the deck so the fighters have to come straight at you instead of diving on you. And we never did pull out of that dive. We went through a little pond, and it's filled the plane with mud, and I was covered with mud and water, and I thought it was blood. but it wasn't. But when our engineer, he got exchanged. He got crippled and a box of ammunition broke his leg when we hit. Me and the navigator happened to get together, and we started running out toward a cornfield, and everybody was scattered out in different ways. This was right on the French border, and apparently this crippled guy saw us go in there, and he saw us going in. He was up on the road, and he motioned for us to come out. The navigator said, "Let's go see. We might be get in the underground, the French underground, or Holland or something." In fact, I never did think he knew where we were anyway. So we went up there to him, and he grabbed us by both arms, both of us, and he said, "Me Dutch." Well, I didn't know Germany was called Deutschland, and we thought we were in Holland for sure. We went down the road, and we got down to this building. He started yelling like mad, and then all these Germans came out, and of course we were all scared to death. That's how we got captured. After we got to POW camp in Krems, Austria, Stalag 17B, the conditions were terrible. The Russians had lived in those bunks. It was full of bugs, just filthy. The worst thing about the camp is when the SS people come by, and they'd run you out in the compound, and you stay there, and they go through all your stuff in the barracks and take whatever they wanted. We found out Patton was on the march. We used that against the guards.
How did they treat that?
They didn't like that, no. And when the troops liberated us in the woods, they got some pictures in there. We told them Patton would be here in a couple of days.
Do you feel like the military prepared you to fight that war?
Yes. Yes. You just had to depend on the people, the crew members. I told you I got dressed up as the lieutenant.
He's a character.
Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't tell us.
Me and an alligator, this is in England. And, we were drinking he said, "Why don't you come to the officers club with me?" We were drinking at the PX, and I said, I can't go in the officers club. He said, "Well, come on, I'll get you uniforms." So we about had a shot already. And we went over, and I got part of the bombardier's uniform and some of the navigators. And I came in the club with navigator. Here was all these officers up to the bar and all that. Of course, my pilot was there, and the rest of the crew, and all the crews we knew, and they didn't say nothing. I was dancing to all these second lieutenants, and
Could you have gotten in trouble for that?
gosh, yes.
So what was it about your navigator that you trusted him? Like, yep, I'm gonna go to the club.
One another pilot we knew said, "McGinnis, I got to get you out of here."
That was in the airplane. You were supposed to guard the airplane.
I was supposed to go on guard in my airplane, and he said, "I got to get you out of here." And he said, "You're gonna have to leave." So he took me out to the outside, and we got to the gate. We got to the gate. Had to go back to the gate to get the flight line. I happened to suddenly realize my past didn't match my uniform. So I got up to the gate and started following the guard officer. "Go on, Lieutenant, I know." And I got up in the plane, and my engineer I was supposed to relieve him. He said, "What in the world are you doing in the officer's uniform?" I said, "Go on, get out, go on." I got out the nose and went to sleep. Here was a pilot and the engineer next morning waking me up. My pilot was a very, very nice guy. He said, "McGinnis, don't do this anymore."